Imagine a time when the Sears catalog was the ultimate shopping experience, a gateway to a world of products and possibilities. Millions of households eagerly awaited its arrival, flipping through pages filled with everything from clothing to home goods. But what made Sears catalog so successful? It wasn't just the products, it was the psychology behind it. The catalog leveraged the power of direct mail, tapping into human emotions and desires. It created a connection, sparking curiosity and urgency with every page turn. Fast forward to today, we find ourselves in a digital age where websites serve as the modern day catalogs. But are the principles of engagement and persuasion that drove the success of the Sears catalog still relevant to web design? As we see with the rise of page builders, designers are able to explore their creativity to a whole new level. And even beginners who have never built a website before are able to set up their own website. But we have to ask ourselves this very, very important question. Is all this freedom diminishing our conversion rates on our website? Are we truly losing focus on what drives engagements and conversions on websites, landing pages, sales pages, e-commerce websites? Hi, my name is Vincent, and in today's video, what we're going to be exploring is the psychology behind a high converting landing page and website. So let's get straight into this video. First thing we need to understand is what's the state of the mind when users land on your website. So if someone lands on your website, there's a high chance they don't know who you are. They've never heard of your brand, and there's many more options that they could go to. When we see the crazy designs, the unique designs, the thing with that is it's okay for a big company to do it. It's okay for Apple to do it, for IKEA to do it, because they're known. And this company has built up a reputation where they're known for their product, and whether or not the website looks, whether or not they want to test out a new unique look, they're still known for their product. And they're, for example, Apple, people are not going to stop buying the iPhone because the website is changed or it has a unique animation. People are going to like it. But if people don't know your brand, people want to know these questions first, which is, what does this company do? Is this what I'm looking for? Did I land on the wrong website? And does this site look trustworthy? What should I do next? And is this site relevant to my needs? Right? And the thing is, you have about a little bit underneath 5 seconds to get all this information given to the user, which can be done, but it definitely cannot be done if you do the certain things that we're going to mention in this video. Like I mentioned before, the thing with this and compared to the catalog is, with the catalog you were just left with that catalog and that catalog only. You didn't have a stack of catalogs from other companies there on your desk that you can move over to when you didn't like your Sears catalog. With websites, it's very, very different. If you don't answer these questions within 5 seconds, or if something turns them off, your website is slow, viruses, pop-ups, annoying pop-ups, the thing is, they can just click out your website with one easy button and then go over to the next website, go over to the next website, go over to the next website, because there is thousands, tens of thousands of results that came up. The first principle of a high converting website is visual hierarchy and user-centered content. Now, visual hierarchy is the most prominent text, making sure that the biggest text, the one that most people are going to read the first time that they go on your website, actually conveys, is actually able to answer those questions that we had in the previous slide. So who are you, what does your company do, etc. And underneath that, we have user-centered content. So this is where your users are able to feel like you're speaking to them and their specific needs, and it's not just broad, fancy languages that they don't really even understand. If you're speaking to them, they don't even know if what you do at this point if you're using that type of language. So we see here we have an example of this website page. Now guys, just a quick note, something you're going to notice in this video and is going to help you to pick up some things and learn some things for yourself is there is going to be some things that are missing in these pages. So there's some things I'm not going to mention that you could pick up on. So for example, this hero section is missing a lot of things that can help with social proof, and you guys can start picking up on that yourselves. So the first thing here is we have the first text, which is the main text and one that most people are going to be reading, and that's the main H1 tag. And the problem with this main H1 tag is that it doesn't answer any of the questions and it's very broad. So what is this H1 tag? It says Move smarter with Movito. Okay, what's Movito? Right? Unless you're a big reputable company, like I just said at the beginning, you can't use fancy text. Not only can you not use fancy designs that are unique and no one has seen before, you also can't use fancy text. Like, it does sound nicer, move smarter with Movito. It sounds clean and simple. But the thing is, if you're not a big company, who is Movito? What's Movito? I don't know. I've never heard of Movito. Now, obviously, this is an example, but you can't just put your company name, because you need to understand that the person that's going into this page more than likely doesn't know who you are, right? So that's a very, very big problem. Now, what we have done is we've changed this, because this is just way too vague. Hassle-free moving for Galway residents. Now, what did we solve with this heading? Firstly, we have hassle-free moving, so we display to them that this is easy. We have a specific location, so if they searched up and they're from this exact location, they know, okay, this will work for me. And not only that, we have residents, so hassle-free moving for Galway residents. So we've answered that question, because if you didn't give them a heading like that, they can look at the hero section where they see a woman with a man signing a form and some boxes behind us. No one's going to take the time out of their day to actually dissect that image and then come to the conclusion, oh, that's what it means. It's a moving company because she's smiling. They're there with the clipboard and he's moving the boxes in. That's what it is. No, most people are never going to ever give you that much time to analyze the hero section, right? So this with the H2 tag, that's the exact same thing with the H1 tag, with the same issue. So the first one is the H2 tag. What it says is we are a leading moving company. Again, this is a bit too broad and it's vague. You want to, at this stage, you want to start building up social proof and even scarcity at this point. So what we've put in here is over 5,000 homes trusted our moving service in Galway. Again, what we're doing, we're solidifying our location where we work and also our service. We work in we move stuff for homes, so we mention homes as well. So the first text we mentioned residents, the second text we mentioned homes, and then we added social proof by saying over 5,000 homes, so mentioning the exact number, right? Now, the next thing here we see is the subtitles. Subtitles are not just something to fill in the page to make the page look nice and make it look complete. It's a purpose. It's purposeful, and you need to treat it with a purpose. So the subtitle that was here is generic and no meaning. So how we fix that is voted best local moving company by the Galway Business Association. Now, this is an example, but what this is doing is increasing your social proof, because this is a business association and you were voted the best local moving company by the Galway Business Association. And another thing that I will also hint over here is, notice the text is very, very small. Now, if you actually put in something like this, if you were voted, or you don't even need to use this. This is just giving you inspiration of what not to do. Because if you don't put in that and you follow kind of the principles but not follow the exact text, you're going to be way better off. But what you should also do as well is don't make the subtitle that small, because that is a very, very, very important subtitle, what I just put, and it could be a make or break to whether someone's going to stay on your website any longer and slide down even more, right? So voted best local moving company by the Galway Business Association. This adds a ton of more credibility. So the next one we have here is social proof. Adding social proof in your landing page or your website is crucial to determine if this is going to be a high converting website. So what do we have here? The first one here is we have client logos. But the thing here is, put it in any client logo. If you can do that, it's always going to be good. That's fine. But make sure it's notable logos worldwide, nationwide, or locally. Now, if you don't, that's fine. But at the end, we have locally. So what do I mean? If you have client logos that are worldwide, this is going to instantly drive social proof, because people already know this company's straight off the bat. Now, if it's nationwide, so this is big companies in your country, put those logos as well, because those logos are going to do well. Now, if it's locally, if you're working only in a local area and you have logos that's going to drive your credibility in that local area, put those as well. Those logos are going to do you justice. All right. Now, the testimonials, this is another component that adds into your social proof. But not putting in testimonials is great, but you need to put in your testimonials right. And that's what we're going to go through right now. So the first thing is you need to make your testimonials look as real as possible, because testimonials are easily faked. So you need to let your users know that that's not you. You need to just let your user know that that's not you. Your testimonials are real. So how do you make your testimonials look real as possible? So the first thing is you can add in a photo of the actual person giving the testimonial. You can write in their real name, and then underneath that you can write in what they exactly do. Okay. And what else you could do as well is you can have a keyword at the top. So you can have a keyword of, so here we have their commitment to quality and attention to detail is unmatched. Reading the testimonial, if they don't really know what they're about to get into, might be something that is unlikely to happen. But if you have a striking keyword and it rises their interest, then it's more likely that they're going to read. Okay. The next type of testimonial that is very powerful is videos, where they just outright say it out of their own mouth and record it themselves. That's another very good testimonial to make it look as real as possible and remove any doubt that it could be fabricated. Google, Yelp, and Trustpilot all have plugins that you can put into websites nowadays, and then it could directly integrate, again, to solidify that these are real reviews that have come in from Google, Yelp, and Trustpilot, and these are all verified. Now, another thing you want to do is avoid sliders. Now, I know sliders can fit into the UI when you're building websites much more than static testimonials, but static testimonials are always going to work better because it's there, it's easy to read, it's not sliding. They can spend time on one on one testimonial that they want to read, and they can even scan through which one has the best heading, which is why I also recommend putting in headings rather than just putting it in the text. These are more type of social proof elements that you can put in. You can put achievement badges, or you can put award badges, or you can put certification badges that you might need for your industry. So if that's solar panels, that's plumbing, if that's web design, whatever it's achievements or awards or any certificates that will drive that will increase your credibility, put it up on your website and put it up high. So videos is good, but videos is only good on your website if it contains a few certain things, which is displaying testimonials. So if the video you've put in displays your testimonials, if it's a case study, that's good. Explanation, so this is if it explains your service, where you're showing that you're knowledgeable and about your service and your industry. Third one is implementation. So for example, if you own a solar panels business, getting a camera crew to do an installation in a unit where you're driving out to their home, you set up the installation, you talk to the homeowner, that's very good for social proof as well. So those three elements in a video is going to create a video that's going to increase your social proof on your website. So the next element that we're going to go into to creating a high converting website is white space and negative space. So basically, there is some people who understand what I've just mentioned in this slide, that you only have a certain amount of time to grab people's attention, because there's so much option and people's attention span are going lower and lower, and you need to impress them and give them these answers as soon as possible. But the problem is they try to combine everything into the hero section and make it look ugly, and it makes it look cluttered, because you want to increase the spacing so people can concentrate on one thing. So that could be the main heading, that could be an image, that could be a video. You want to give them appropriate spacing where they're looking at the website and they're not looking at 10 different things at once. You want them to focus on the important things one by one, right? So that's the spacing and the white space element. So here we have urgency and scarcity. Adding urgency and scarcity has always been a very good tactic for sales, whether that's TV advertising, social media advertising, and also for websites as well. So how can you add in urgency and scarcity to your website? So here we have eBay. So eBay, I'm just going to point out a few things that eBay have done. Now, if you own a service-based business, or if you own e-commerce business, well, obviously you can copy straight off if you own an e-commerce business. But any type of business you own, based on these principles that I'm going to mention and how they did it, you can incorporate it to your service-based business as well. So this is the first thing they've done. So the first thing they did is 26 viewed in the last 24 hours. They're showing, okay, other people are viewing this as well. It's not only you, but we have other people who are viewing this as well. So meaning, if you decide to click off our website, that's fine, because we have other people viewing our website anyways. 67 people liked. They're showing the amount of people that have liked this photo to show that there is other people that like this photo. And we know, as humans, we tend to like things that other people like, whether or not we like it, which sounds completely bizarre, but that's human nature. So whether or not we actually like something, if we see the crowd likes it, it might even sway our opinion more about liking this thing. Or not even if it sways our opinion more, it's going to help us, give more of our attention to this thing, to at least find out what other people are liking it. The another thing is we see here is 15% off. The 15% off is adding urgency and scarcity to solidify to the users that this product, not only is there 5,482 of this sold, only 8 available, but they're also doing sales as well. So how long are they going to do sales? When they restock, is it going to be at this price again, or is it going to go back to, I think here they slashed it off at €9. Is it going to go back to €9? Am I still going to get this percentage off? So all this is adding in urgency and scarcity to this product. Now you could take this principle and you could put it into your service-based business, your e-commerce business, your property booking business. It's all about the principle. So clear call to action and clear buttons, clear navigations as well. So we're going to go into this. Having clear call to actions and clear buttons is very, very crucial. You're going to see once we go into these examples. So this is the first example here. Explore our studio. What studio? Explore what's going to be in that page. If I click this page, if I click this button, what is it going to take me to? I don't know, because if you look at the heading, again, you're going to start picking up on stuff. You're going to see this heading it's vague. It's, again, if it's not a reputable company that is known just by their domain exactly on what they do, you can't afford to have fancy headings like this. Crafting timeless spaces. What timeless spaces? What are you crafting? It's very vague. Then to have a button, a call to action where it says explore our studio. What's going to be in this page? So rather than have explore what's in our studio, this is for an interior design website. Just simply say view our interior design portfolio. Okay, view our interior design portfolio. So that's an example of what I will put in that button. So we're going to look at another example. So this is for a digital art business. Now, the heading does let the users know a little bit more than the previous one we had, but it's the call to action is still very vague. Find out more. Find out more about what. Is it going to take me to the sales page? Is it going to take me to the About Us page? What's this page? What's this button going to take me to? So it's very vague as well. Find out more. Like it's just very vague. Is it going to be About Us page? We don't know. So rather than that, put shop our exclusive digital art. Simple as that. Now they know that if when they click this button, they're probably going to be taken to a shop page where they're going to see a range of all your exclusive digital art. So they know what they're clicking into. So another example we have is get started. Again, get started with what? Because if we go back to the heading, which is the main heading, going back to our first example, is we create impactful experience stories. What's that? We create impactful experience stories. And again, going back to what I said at the start, you can't afford to have fancy headings like this if your company isn't reputable enough. And again, if people are going into your website, there is a high chance they don't know your business. You only have about 5 seconds to grab their attention. I've landed into this website. I don't know if I'm on the right website. It's not speaking to me. The main text doesn't even explain anything. There's a call to action here saying get started. Get started what? 950 projects completed. What projects? Are you a web design company? Are you an advertising company? Are you an interior design company? What projects are you on? And then if you go up here, you see the navigations. We see work, offices, about us, contact. Not even the navigations even give me a clue on what they do. So guys, that's explaining. With that short video, what we've done is we explained the psychology of a high converting website. So thank you all for watching that short video on how we went through the psychologies of a high converting website. And what you're going to notice on the start of the video and the end of the video after you watch that is that the principle has still stayed the same. If not, they've only gotten more competitive now. Going back to the Sears catalog where people only had one catalog and this is what they had, but they still wanted to have clear call to actions, clear headings, scarcity, urgencies, and that's how they use. Those were the tactics that they use in their catalog. Fast forward today in web design, it's the same thing going, but the competition is higher. We have a way shorter time to get all these questions answered. There is a lot more competition, and it's very, very, very quick for people to get access to your competition with just a click of a button. Click to go out of your website, scroll down, click on another website, and you've been replaced within a couple of seconds. So thank you all for watching that video, and have a nice day.